Hey, this is Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite mechanisms in the Whatnot cabinet, the new game from Pencil First Games. This is a Kickstarter copy of the game that I backed a while ago and was super excited to get it. And wow, it looks great on camera. I'm looking at this on camera like, wow, this box looks awesome. Really well done with the art. This game has some really clever mechanisms. This may be my new go-to gateway game because I think it does some things really well. Basically, all you're doing in the game is trying to fill up your cabinet with 12 different tiles. 12 different tiles that have different, here, I'll show a few of them here. They have different little knickknacks and whatnots. So just little things. Different colors, different shapes, different types of objects, different categories of objects. So you're trying to put these things in your Whatnot cabinet over the course of the game. And there's a couple of different ways that you do that. One of those ways, or the core way, is to use an action to get some of those tokens. And I love the action selection system in this game. So basically there's a board right here. There's a little bit of worker placement on it. So you're taking your token and based on player order, so player order is determined up here in the order of the tokens. You're taking that token and you're placing it on one of these actions. And the really cool thing here, this is really cool, is that the later in the round you go, the less agency you have. And let me explain that for a second. So if I have a token right here and I decide to place it on this action, I'll put it all the way down here. That means in the next round, I will go last. So my token will move up here and I will be the last player. In a two-player game, you get 2 tokens up here. Otherwise, you get just 1 token. You'll go last. But as you go left to right, you get more and more agency. This action says draw 3 tiles and pick 2 of them to keep and put in your Whatnot cabinet and discard the other one. And that varies all the way over here. Here's actually a good example. This one says draw 1 tile, add it to the face-up tiles on the table, and then pick 2 of them. You can kind of see the 2 hands there, then pick 2 of them. So you have full or much more agency over the tiles you get. This one says draw 2 tiles, add those 2 tiles down here and then pick 2 of them. And this one lets you refresh all tiles. And so you get to see a total of potentially 8 different tiles on your turn when you do this option. I love this mechanism. I love that the later you go, the more agency you get, but then the later you go in the next round as well. Not earlier, the later you go. Really clever action selection system here. I also love that how pretty much everything you do in the game scores, but there's still a tough puzzle to solve here. There are lots of different ways that you're scoring. You're scoring for little tokens on the tiles, and you're scoring for different goals that come out. You're scoring for a specific tile type, and just the core scoring is really interesting, which is you get different numbers of points if you have, for example, in this row, if you have all the same type of object or all different types of objects. The one way that you don't score anything there is if you have like 2 of the same object and 1 different. You wouldn't score in that case. And you get more points if you have all the same. So you get 1 point, I believe, if they're all different, 3 points if they're all the same. And the columns look at colors. The columns say if you have all different colors, you get 2 points. If you have all the same color, you get 4 points. So I love this little spatial puzzle in your cabinet itself. It's really fun to try to solve this puzzle, but also not frustrating because it's so easy to, not easy, but it's most likely you are going to score most rows and columns. So there's another game, I won't mention this other game, but there's another abstract game that I played last year that was also beautiful, that I also had high hopes for, and offered an interesting spatial puzzle, but it was so hard to complete most of the goals. It's so hard. Whereas this one makes it fairly easy to at least complete the easier versions of these goals. And while you're doing this, you're also trying to navigate the cards that come out. There might be a card that says, be the first player. So there's these first to achieve goals. Be the first player to have 1 tile in each corner. And so you're trying to do that while also navigating the puzzle of your own Whatnot cabinet and the general scoring for the Whatnot cabinet. I love that. Let me see if I'm missing anything else here in my notes. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it's those 2 things that I really love about this game. This is a fantastic gateway game, a fantastic game that takes 20 to 30 minutes at most to play. I'm really enjoying it, and those are my favorite mechanisms in it. I'd love to hear your thoughts about your favorite mechanisms in the Whatnot cabinet, or if you just want to talk about maybe your favorite gateway game right now and why it is your favorite game, I'd love to hear about that in the comments below as well. Thanks.